Yes, it is. Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to my channel this morning. I am meeting you this morning with freshness, and as always, it's always a fresh moment in the morning. It's gorgeous. I just love it, love it. So I hope this is, I'm giving you that energy this morning so you can have a great day and a beautiful week. This morning, I'm going to talk about something that we all feel, and we maybe the more and more we become aware of ourselves and who we are actually really are, besides all the ego-based stuff, is triggers. Triggers. You know, in those moments, if you are so aware of your thoughts and yourself and how you are behaving or how you are responding or how you are developing in yourself, and you become the relationship to who you are, and you bypass all of those negative and positive thoughts about anybody. You know, any judgment that you're or labeling that you're doing with another is basically what you do to yourself. And let me just tell you something. I don't have all the answers. I'm not like, all I'm doing is I want to share with you. So if you're here for the first time, I'm not a counselor. I'm not anything but I guess a professed philanthropist, I guess I could say. And I love people and I love watching myself develop. Okay, so I am going actually becoming who I really am and the powerful self that I am, and I want you to become. Okay, so that triggered something in me. But anyway, no, I'm here this morning to talk about triggers, just to talk about those moments. And triggers are so incredibly valuable because before the gun goes off, you know, before you respond automatically to something, in the trigger lays a lot of power within yourself. And you know, if you feel say for instance, a trigger is something like you're annoyed by something. And the annoyance of something can bring up a lot of past accumulated experiences and situations subconsciously in your mind. And not that you remember those exactly, but something caused you to have that trigger in the past. So as it happens to you right now in your life, as you start to recognize, and if you're interested in developing yourself and you're here with me, then there's a moment, and there's an incredible moment in your day that can be so valuable for change if you want. And those are triggers. I recently put up a post about my partner, and my partner does something, and my ex-partner, perhaps my partners in the past. I have little annoyances that arise in my mind when something happens. Say, for instance, my boyfriend is eating something with a spoon and it clangs on his teeth. That is a little trigger for me that I could almost pull the gun out and blow his head off, because my condition, but no, my conditioned mind arises and says he needs to stop that so I can feel better. And if he doesn't do that, then I'm just going to I'm going to bust right now. I'm absolutely going to blow myself wide open if he does not fucking stop. Or blow him wide open if he doesn't fucking stop. So that is a little example of a trigger that can bring a lot of negativity into your experience all of a sudden, because you allowed that to take you over and hijack you in a way. So triggers are amazing. So say, for instance, if you have to drive on the drive to work or something like that, and you have noticed that you have road rage of some sort or whatever. I have been in cars with people who have road rage, and wow, my God, that's incredible to witness that or watch that. I don't drive, so I cannot even know what that is, but I think that's an opportunity. That's another opportunity for you to sit back and watch yourself and respond how you want to respond to that. How would you want to respond if you were someone else, well, does that make sense to you at all? So moment by moment, there could be triggers during your day. I have a few. There's a guy called Marshall Goldsmith. I haven't read any of his books, but I was looking at a quote this morning. And what does it say? It says, getting mad at people for being who they are makes as much sense as getting mad at a chair for being a chair. I love that so much, because you know what? There will be many people, these are triggers. There will be several people during your day at work or that you will encounter, maybe perhaps out in public or some in public transport or some kind of, person of authority or something like that, apparently. And they can cause you to be mad at the person, like immediately, or like if they are rude to you or something like that. And, in that opportunity, there's so much that can happen. And there's so much awareness that can be brought to the situation. And before that trigger is pulled and you blow the head off the other person, step back for a moment. And what I do, I just step back in a moment. And when I started to recognize all these little things and this, what arises in me, something because I didn't like the fact that I was on an automatic pilot. Within myself, I more or less kept it to myself. I didn't attack the person. But now I realize that there are all these thoughts that are coming from the past because this moment's never happened. And these triggers are such valuable things. So before you respond to anything out there and that trigger is pulled, just step back, man. And our world, can you imagine if everybody would do that? If everybody would do that during their day, then we would have a more peaceful and beautiful day. If you do it during your day and you respond in a more constructive way to yourself, can you imagine what that does to society? Like, this is like what we can do. We can do these kind of things to make our world a better place. And when you start to do these things, you start to recognize yourself and who you are under certain circumstances. And you need challenges in your life, so go out there and get them. Then things arise, and things start to arise, and you get to become familiar, and you get to pave the way you want to pave the way to your intentions, and your intentions of being whatever you want to do, be and do and have, anything like that. So that's just sort of a really cool thing to recognize these triggers. Fate is in the hands of cards we've been dealt. Choice is how we play the hand. And that's Marshall Goldsmith. Triggers, creating behavior that lasts, becoming the person you want to be. I don't know, I've never even heard of this guy, but I just happened to follow on the quote, and I've just downloaded a sample of the book. Okay, well, have a great day. My cleaner's coming here soon. It's about 9 o'clock, and I have to take a dump. Morning coffee makes me have to poop. But anyway, just a little bit of information. Does that trigger something in you? That triggers something. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Ciao, 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 ciao.